Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be looking at who's dreaming of you and what do they want to say. So this could be somebody who is literally having dreams of you. They could just be daydreaming of you. This could be a friend, a family member, a romantic partner. We'll see what comes through. So there are three groups to choose from. Group one is this pile of oracle cards along with the Pansy. Group two is this pile of oracle cards along with the Azalea. And group three is this pile of oracle cards along with the Dandelion. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you are most drawn to. And I'll give you a minute to make your selection, and there are timestamps for each group in the description box of this video. Hi, group one. You chose the Pansy. So I'm going to put that right up here. And we'll start off with these oracle cards. Actually, I'm going to move this over here because you can't really, I suppose it's difficult to see that wherever it is. Maybe that's better. Okay. We'll start off with the oracle cards first to see who's dreaming of you. So we've got air spirit knowledge. So this could definitely be somebody that is an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This can be somebody who, you're thinking about as well. You are dreaming about this person as well. You're both meeting up in dreams with that, ship that this lady's on. Could be lots of thoughts of each other throughout the day with those little kind of bubbles. I'm thinking of thought bubbles, or, maybe going over past conversations you've had, encounters you've had with this person, or things that you want to say. This boat also, on the crest of the boat, there's a swan, which that's definitely a twin flame sign. So if you resonate as a twin flame, this could be a confirmation for you as well. And I'm also kind of drawn to this this forest scene down here at the bottom of the card. And trees are, they're the lungs of the earth. They help to, filter out carbon dioxide from our atmosphere and to provide oxygen. So that's really a confirmation of maybe a lot of unspoken words between the both of you. This could have been somebody that you had a lot of conversations with in the past also, somebody that you talk to regularly over the phone, in person, over email, text, or, maybe some kind of like social media chat. This could have been somebody that was a confidant to you, that you really went to for advice. You sought out their advice. They sought out your advice. Somebody that, you had a very easy time talking with them. Your communication styles were very similar, or you had a lot of very passionate discussions, passionate things to talk about. There can also be an aspect there, though, as well of, maybe a lot of things that you disagreed on, that you didn't see eye to eye on, a lot of debates, a lot of back and forth occurring. And we also have Wild Rose Fairy Love. So this can definitely be somebody, a romantic connection, maybe somebody from your past, a former spouse, or somebody that you were dating that you've broken up with, or if it's a twin flame, that you're in some kind of separation with this person currently. But to me, this is really feeling like when the times were good between the both of you, they were very good. This person might have given you flowers a lot. They could have, you could have spent time maybe visiting rose gardens, or sitting in a park, some kind of natural setting. You spent a lot of time out in nature with this person. It's something you could have really had in common. You could have gone on hikes a lot with this person, but also with this rose and this fairy energy, this is reminding me of earth energy. So this could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo as well. And this can also indicate that this is somebody, from your past. This was like young love, or maybe first love, or, your first heartbreak even. This could have been somebody that, you were friends with all that kind of conversation. You spent a lot of, and air energy, you spent a lot of time kind of talking with this person, thinking about this person, but that maybe, it never really matured into a relationship. So it could have just kind of stayed in that friend zone, but there were, these budding feelings, these underlying feelings of love that maybe weren't expressed at the time, and maybe your roads have diverged. You've kind of grown apart. Life has taken you in different directions, but that this is somebody you're still thinking a lot about, kind of like that what if, that reminiscing on, simpler times or times in the past, or, kind of just this flame that you had for this person, this kind of mutual chemistry that maybe didn't have a chance to grow or develop into anything very stable and long term. So we also have say yes to your higher calling, be a human exclamation mark. So this is really, with that reference to exclamation mark, this is really talking to me about, again, that energy of maybe a lot of debate that occurred with you and this person. You could be very opinionated people. This person could be very opinionated. It could have been something where it was a matter of healthy debate, where, you learned a lot from this person. They learned a lot from you. There was a lot of, profound ideas that were exchanged, a lot of epiphanies that, were discovered through, sharing knowledge with this person, having conversations with this person. This person might have really, helped you to kind of puzzle some things out in your life. But this can also be something where, again, there was, both of you perhaps very stubborn and very strong-minded people. I'm feeling with that energy, definitely a kind of a fixed energy. So with this air and earth energy, that's drawing me specifically to the fixed signs of Aquarius and Taurus. So that could be relevant, or it could just be, that both of you were very strong in your ideas, strong in your opinions. And so, it wasn't just a lot of, yeah, me too, and agreeing and really, meshing well, although they're maybe to the degree of conversation or the different opinions that you had, there was a mutual respect for one another when, having dialogue, but it could have been something which, led to kind of a falling out, some kind of fight or disagreement, something that happened that you were both very firm in your position and your stance on something. And this can also relate to, with that reference to higher calling, this could be somebody that, like a friend from work, somebody that you worked with, or somebody that, you have, what you feel maybe could be your life's purpose or your calling, or something, something you're very passionate about, something you're very interested in, that you invest a lot of time and energy into. You could have had this in common with this person. So, mutual activities that you could have done together, that you could have shared together. And we also have healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. So there could be some kind of healing connection between the both of you, in the sense that, again, conversations maybe led to a lot of healing. This person could have really been with you and helped you through a very difficult time in your life, or very difficult times. This person definitely could have been a shoulder to cry on, a rock to lean upon, and that could have gone both ways between the both of you. The connection, you could have found that to be very healing. The time spent with this person was very nurturing and uplifting, as opposed to, other kinds of connections, which can be kind of primarily challenging and draining, and very tense. There can also be some kind of medical connection here. So maybe you work in the medical profession and this person works in the medical profession, or you're both, you and this person are perhaps interested in what would be considered alternative modalities of healing. So there could be some connection with Reiki or, crystal therapy, meditation, yoga, kind of this full mind, body, and soul approach to wellness. This could be somebody that, is very concerned with, keeping their physical vessel in top shape, keeping it functioning optimally. So they could be very into fitness or eating well. This could be something, that eating really clean foods and, eating organically. It could be vegan or vegetarian. So all of these things can be kind of clues as to who this person is. These can also be things that, you had in common or you have in common with this person, or, just has been part of that kind of gaining of knowledge from one another, that, the things that you talked about or that you taught each other, that you learned about. It could have been these things that you had in common that really helped to, kind of bloom that love within you. Or as you're sort of looking back, if this is somebody from the past, these could be qualities that maybe you took that for granted at first, these little things. But now, as you've perhaps gone through romantic experiences with others who didn't, maybe understand your desire for wellness, or understand this call within your soul to a higher purpose, to serving something greater than self, but maybe a higher calling to really giving back and helping others. And that is you've done an inventory that, you recognize that within the soul of this person from your past, maybe that they too have this kind of, this urge to really give back and to really, help, to really heal the world, heal other people. You both could be empaths. So you could definitely be, feeling this person from afar. There could be a lot of telepathy that has taken place in the past or is currently taken place still with this person. So also in terms of dreams, if you're having literal dreams about this person and they're having dreams of you, there can be a lot of discussion, talks that happen. So they're not just showing up as like a side character in the dream, but you're perhaps doing some healing in that dream state, in that astral realm, really working through things, or just providing some energetic support as you're, depending on the nature of the dreams and the subject matter, this person could be there to sort of guide you and help you through processing some other things that are coming up for resolution and healing in that dream state. So let's get some tarot to dig a little bit deeper into who this person is that's dreaming of you. Group 1. Okay, so we have the King of Cups, 7 of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So this can definitely be somebody that feelings grew for this person over time, and it could have been something you were maybe fighting or resisting the urge of expressing that, or making that offer of love. This could be something that this person was really fighting back those feelings, resisting, maybe taking things from a friendship level, from the friend zone into more of a romantic connection. This can be somebody also that, again, with all these kind of these lilies here in this card with this Ace of Cups, this person really could have been there for you during some very difficult times, some very transitional times in your life, and really offered you some solace, was a shoulder to cry on. You could have literally cried with this person. They could have been that sounding board for you for that catharsis within yourself. They could have really, through their advice, even just through being in their energetic presence, this could have really helped you to, create some resolution as far as things you were conflicted about within yourself. Things you needed to let go of. They could have really helped you through that process, or just really kind of leading you back to self-love, leading you to a point of really self-forgiveness for the things that might have happened in the past, things you might have done or had not done, for example. With this King of Cups and this salmon here on this card, salmons are a symbol of wisdom. So again, like with that air energy and knowledge, a lot of exchange of information between between the both of you, in the 3D, in the physical world, some very deep conversations. This person could have really opened you up to some wisdom. You could have really shared some wisdom with this person as well. So I feel that this is somebody that, there's a deep and mutual respect on both of your parts. Even if you're in a period of separation, or you've drifted apart, if this was somebody that you knew when you were younger, despite what has happened, there still is a deep respect that this person has for you. They see you as a very wise person. They see you as a very self-assured person. They recognize a lot of the struggles that you've gone through to become who you are today, maybe even struggles to really defend your beliefs. If, you were in a family of origin where you were, kind of that outlier, that black sheep energy, and, just kind of going against the grain, really deviating from the crowd which you were surrounded with. They see you as an individual. They respect that about you, and how you have, stayed firm with your authenticity and your truth, and really, fought to express yourself, to maybe overcome some very difficult and challenging situations in your life. And this person also, they really feel that you have a lot of wisdom that you've offered them personally a lot of wisdom. You may have also helped this person through some very difficult and dark times in their life, whether they have shared this with you or not. Just being in your presence, or the things you talked about, or things that you said, even if this person's been at a distance from you for a while, maybe they've been, looking at your social media, things you're posting, maybe you have a blog or some way that you're, kind of sharing your ideas or your philosophies, or you're imparting wisdom to others. And it's something that they're really admiring, that they're taking a lot away from the living example that you are demonstrating of, recognizing your higher calling, recognizing your truth, standing in that authenticity. And they see you as somebody who is very driven to help others and has a lot to offer and give. And you definitely have helped them to really open up and appreciate a reciprocal loving exchange that can exist between people. So if this is, again, somebody you are in some kind of period of separation with, there still is a lot of respect on their part for you from afar. They're definitely admiring you from afar, feeling your strength, feeling, very proud of you in that authenticity, and seeing you as a very wise person. So let's get some messages from their higher self and see, what is this person who is dreaming of you, group one? What do they want to say to you? What do they want you to know? Okay, and they say, stop the mind chatter. You are safe. So this is some pretty direct guidance from this person. They may have had a very direct way of communicating with you even in the past, kind of like that voice of reason. So if you're in your head, maybe worrying about a fight or a disagreement that happened with this person, worried about, if this relationship has been kind of irreparably damaged, if there's any coming back from this, if they still respect you, they're really letting you know to kind of get out of your head about that. Drop down into that heart space. Stop any kind of obsessive or overthinking, overanalyzing what happened, or where you both find yourself at in this point in your connection, the dynamic between the both of you. Because again, they have so much respect for you. The love that they have for you, which I feel in some level it transcends friendship, but there definitely is that core of again, very mutual respect. Very, they see you as an equal, and it's something that, whatever this 3D outside circumstances are currently, or what has happened, that, that core of love, it's preserved, it's intact. And before I do the rest of these messages here, in terms of signs with this tarot, we have cups, so that is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And then with the wands, we also have fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And they also say, I am being sincere. So again, this person could have had, said some very direct things to you. This could have been kind of a wake-up call maybe that they were giving to you. If you were, at all operating in a space of self-doubt, or, playing it small with your life, really second-guessing yourself. And, they could have they could have been very blunt with kind of trying to sort of, again, get you out of your head and into that empowered space, to say yes to your higher calling, to continue to stand in that authenticity of yours, which it might be kind of a struggle for you. You might not be very understood, or there could be a lot of resistance from others in your 3D world. And this person could have delivered some very harsh truths about that. Maybe they gave you some advice that you need to let some people go who were just kind of holding you back from standing in that authenticity. You need to distance yourself from people. And that could have come across as a very harsh truth. It could have led to some kind of separation between the both of you, because maybe you were really on the defensive about that. Maybe it had to do with some other long-term friends or family, or somebody else you were in a romantic connection with that was just, not really encouraging you to blossom into that best self, but was really, kind of challenging you and questioning you and causing you to question yourself. So this person is expressing that, they were very sincere about what, any kind of advice in that capacity that they gave you at the time, and that they still feel that way. That advice still stands for you in terms of something that you need to do or recognize or let go of. I feel that this is also talking about this core of love that they still have for you, that could be, it might be unspoken at this point in time. It could be something that, they are meeting with you in dreams to really, start the energetic process of healing any kind of rift between the both of you, healing the relationship on that level. Again, the energetic plane first, before then that change and that healing can take place in the 3D material world. So they're letting you know that there is a sincerity behind that, that they're not just accidentally popping into your dreams. It feels like a very mutual dreaming of each other energy, lots of thoughts of each other throughout the day as well. So daydreams and, dreams while you are sleeping, and that there's a very sincere desire on this person's part to really heal things between the both of you. If there has been some communication in that capacity about this person, really wanting to work on things, work on healing the connection, moving the energy into a better space between the both of you. They're letting you know that they're very sincere about that. They are very committed to, working through this, to kind of clearing that air and, releasing some stuck and pent up emotions between the both of you, so that you can really migrate to a better energetic state between the both of you. And they also say this setback is temporary and will resolve. So again, if you find yourself in some kind of a rift or, lack of communication with this person, a no contact situation, or very limited, or, perhaps there's a lot of arguments even at this point in time, you're having some difficulties really seeing eye to eye. Maybe you're just very firm in your resolve, like with that very fixed energy that was coming up. You're both standing strong in your position about something. They want you to know that, it's something, this is not a forever kind of impasse, that it is something that, you both will work through, that the core of love here is very strong. There's a deep foundation of respect. And so, any kind of stubbornness maybe on their part, or, triggering or kind of resistance, it is temporary, that you're both working on healing this in the dream state. And there is this desire, again, based on this mutual respect, this deep respect that they have for you, to really work through this, to not leave things as they are between the both of you, with things unspoken, or, maybe with a fight or a disagreement having happened. And they also say, stand your ground. So that ties in really well with the 7 of Wands here, which is that energy of standing your ground. So this person really, they admire your strength. They admire the strength of your, authenticity, standing in your truth. And they really want you to not back down from that, in the interest of, compromise is always good, but kowtowing to another person, kind of not honoring yourself in the interest of, restoring peace and balance to a relationship, feeling like you must kind of sacrifice things that are important to you, or, in some way compromise or kind of contort your truths in the interest of appeasing another person. That doesn't lead to a healthy, and mutual relationship that's based on balance and respect. So this person is really encouraging you that as much as you might miss them, as much as you might miss the good times with this person, this very loving energy, you might miss that companionship, that friendship. You might feel kind of at a loss at this point in time if this person was really a shoulder to cry on or a sounding board for you. So there could be this urge to, just kind of give in completely in order, just kind of let this person have their way in whatever capacity that is. If it was some kind of fight or disagreement or something they were very, very, stubborn and very, very particular about, very firm on. And so you might be inclined to just, really yielding or giving in just in order to have this person back in your life. You might be really feeling that loss very acutely. They really are encouraging you to, hold firm to the boundaries that you've set up with this person. Stay strong in what you know, in your truth. Stand in your authenticity, in that higher purpose, that higher calling that they see you as embodying. The wisdom that you have, it might be something that, they're not really prepared at this point in time to accept that, or they're in the process of learning to understand that. So don't back away from that just to, maybe have this person back in some capacity. If there's deep love that you have for this person, don't try to squelch that just so that, you can try to backpedal and keep things at a friend level. If it's not honoring that love that's within you. It's not honoring the truth of that. And so it's something that, I think they're letting you know also that they're starting, they're thinking a lot about what has happened, the things you've said, the interactions between the both of you, your significance to them, to their life overall, the way they feel about your energy and feel in your energy. And it's something that I feel this person's really letting you know that, they are in this process of coming to some higher awareness, really learning to release maybe some stubbornness within themselves. And it's more of a matter of they are in a process of rising to meet you. And so don't feel you need to shrink yourself down or water yourself down or somehow dim your light in order to, be kind of an acceptable presence to this person at the kind of level of vibration that they're operating at currently. That by you, standing in that authenticity, standing in that truth, because this person really admires you and does looks to you as a wise person, sees you in your wisdom. And that's really encouraging them to go within, dig deep, and harvest that wisdom, their own truth, their own authenticity that is dwelling within. So you're definitely setting an example for this person energetically of really rising up beyond some even preconceived notions or, just even outdated ways of thinking or, a certain level in which they're looking at you or looking at the connection between the both of you. So let's get some guidance from Spirit now for you, Group 1, about this person, this connection, this situation. Okay, and we've got compassion. So you're definitely guided to have compassion for where this person is at. It can't always be easy. If this is something where, they were holding strong to a truth and it was a matter of disagreement and it kind of set you both, in opposite directions, and like they're telling you to stand your ground with that Seven of Wands, it can be difficult to admit that somebody was wrong or that they see things from a different light. That can take some time to really summon that courage, to really move into that humble space of, asking for forgiveness or, again, admitting one is wrong. So if that is, or admitting that maybe they didn't have all the information or they weren't looking at things from the perspective that you were, but that perspective has changed. That can take some time to really build that courage, find the words even to express that. So while this person is really they're dreaming about you, they're connecting with you, there's healing of this connection, energy taking place energetically in the dream state. They're thinking a lot about you as far as daydreaming, thinking about this, what happened, what was said, what they want to say, how they want that to be different. So you're guided to have some compassion for them and the stage of this journey they're at, the process that they're going through, this process of ascension, of really rising up into that truth, of really, kind of fending off any sort of even subconscious inclinations to stay in this very stuck and stubborn and resistant, state of I'm right and you're wrong and that's just how it is. They're moving into a state of compromise, and you also are going to be shifting eventually into a state of compromise with this person when you come back together, when these words are spoken, because it feels like this person does want to resolve whatever has happened between the both of you. That's why they're daydreaming a lot about this. They're thinking a lot about this. They're having literal dreams about this, because this is something that there needs to be a resolution. There needs to be healing of this situation. So Spirit just wants you to have some patience, compassion for this person and where they're at, and compassion for yourself as well and what you've been through. If there is kind of an inclination on your part to maybe take down some of the the boundaries or the barriers that you've put up, some of the ultimatums that you've set, as far as things that you will or won't tolerate, or things that you're very certain and firm about in terms of your own personal truth. Have compassion for yourself in those moments where you feel like just maybe just giving in or yielding to this person because you miss them, you crave them, you crave that friendship and that intimacy, and that you crave having that person as a very healing presence, somebody you respect and admire. You miss the advice they had to give, the good times that you both shared together, maybe the activities that you had in common. So as you are in this process of kind of vacillating between really giving into that and standing firm in your truth, again, compassion for yourself is very necessary at this point in time. Don't be hard on yourself if you feel like giving in and reaching out, and even if you happen to, and you kind of you backstep a little bit as you're seeing it, in terms of some, like a line in the sand that was drawn and it's you that's crossing it. There's always a chance to course correct and to step back into that truth, into what you know for yourself. And so just really lean into this process. Understand there's a lot happening to mend this relationship behind the scenes, and compassion for both this person and yourself is key to navigating these energies. So let's get some zodiac signs, some more zodiac signs first that could be pertinent to who this person is for you. And these are really little, so you probably cannot see them, so I will just read out the symbol, the zodiac sign. So we've got Aquarius, and we have Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Virgo, Libra, and Leo. So I'm going to finish this reading for you, group 1, with some initials. This could be first, middle, or last name of you or this person. It can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got E, I, C, G, T, K, N, W, O, and X. So those are your messages, group 1. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. You chose the Azalea. So I'm going to put that right up here. And we'll start with these oracle cards to see who is dreaming of you. So we have Phoenix, transmutation. So this could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is also Scorpio energy. So this can be somebody that, this is somebody that maybe you broke up with. You could have gotten a divorce from, a romantic connection of the past where it's been a long time since the collapse, the crumbling, the discontinuation, of that relationship. And it's something where, this person is desiring a new beginning with you, or this could also be something where, you're desiring a new beginning with this person. To come back together with this person, it would completely require the redefinition of, the roles you both played in each other's lives. A lot of personal transformation could have taken place as well, individually within the both of you in the time since you parted ways. You personally could have gone on, and this person also to some degree has gone on some kind of ascension journey, has really stepped into their authenticity, is vibrating very high, and has really overcome some things. So I'm feeling also this person is really also dreaming of a reconciliation with you, really, putting the past to rest, really moving beyond some kind of difficulties, moving beyond this ending that occurred between the both of you. And we also have fire spirit energy. So there's more of that fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And again, just really wanting to, shift the energy of this connection from one of, being kind of a dead energy, a past energy, really wanting to breathe some life back into this connection. You could also be feeling this person's energy again. It could have been kind of dormant for a while, but there's been something that is reawakened within this connection. On this card too, she's holding fire in each hand, so that's definitely twin flame right there. So that can resonate in terms of, this is a twin flame who is, I feel this is not just nocturnally dreaming about you, but this is also daydreaming about you, daydreaming about a new beginning with you, about really bringing this connection back to life, breathing energy into this, having a fresh start, having a rebirth of this connection, but definitely as very different versions of who you were individually and who you were to each other in the past. So this can almost be an ascension of the connection, whereas maybe previously this connection was just more kind of casual or really chemistry based. There wasn't a true depth of emotional exchange, or something where maybe this person knew about twin flames, recognized that concept. Maybe they kind of denied that, pushed that away, and that could have signaled the end of the connection between the both of you, but that they've come to some kind of awareness in this period of separation of who you are to them, and who they themselves are. This person has really stepped into their power. They're seeing you in your power, and it's something that they are feeling that energetically as well. They're being guided through dreams also. You're appearing in their dreams. I feel both as yourself, like in physical form as they knew you, but then your energy is also appearing in their dreams in almost a shape-shifting capacity. So your energy is appearing in different guises within their dreams. This can be, the physical form that your energy inhabited in previous lifetimes. You could be showing up in their dreams as like a power animal, or just a general vibration of love and connectedness that is occurring within their dreams, regardless of the physical characters that are present. You could be showing up as people that they have never met in the physical, and yet that energy is so familiar. There's a constant to that that is really in their waking life, it is causing them to shift their desires for this connection, shift their understanding for this connection. I feel you both have gone through some kind of dark night of the soul, some kind of spiritual awakening. You've been on your own kind of ascension journey. And so at this point in time, this person is, they're thinking of that reconciliation. They're feeling this need to kind of move back in your direction, to speak this truth, to present themselves as this, rebirthed version of self, as this evolved version of self, this kind of enhanced version of the person that they were before, that you were dealing with before. They recognize these changes within you. If this person can, see you in terms of your social media, maybe they see you out, maybe you work with this person, they're recognizing a shift within you, that you've definitely stepped into your power. Even your physical appearance might have transformed since you last saw this person, and vice versa. They could look very different, either through, having aged, time having gone on, or just some kind of shift in the way that they, present themselves out in the world, the way that they dress, tattoos, the way they do their hair, the way they carry themselves even, they're just the way they occupy their skin, and their physical vessel has somehow changed. They're more comfortable in their skin. They're more empowered in their skin, and they're seeing this within you as well, that there's a confidence within you that just kind of radiates out. They're wanting to manifest a new beginning with you. They're starting to understand their ability to manifest the world around them, the experiences that they have. They're starting to understand how to, how they are a co-creator with the universe. And, if they don't like the way that a situation is, or, opportunities that they have or are lacking, they're starting to understand that ability to, really step into that empowerment, and perhaps even through the law of attraction to really, generate those results that they are wanting to see. And we also have, you hold the key to an awakened life. Set yourself free. So yeah, that's that energy of a spiritual awakening that has taken place, some kind of activation, some kind of ascension. And they are also understanding that, they hold the key to creating this new beginning. So they are with you, and new beginnings with themselves, new opportunities with themselves. There is a desire to free both of you from, the stale, stuck, stagnant energy of an ending that you may have left things at between the both of you, to set yourself free and to walk through that door to a new beginning, or at least both of you being unencumbered by any kind of regret or sense of loss or disappointment, hurt or anger or sadness that is still kind of residual and lingering based on what happened in the past between the both of you. And we also have beloved. Prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship. Believe you are lovable. So this can be a confirmation here as well, with all those butterflies on this card, of this person, again, really desiring to transform the dynamic between the both of you, to transmute things, to really shift this kind of any sort of heavy or negative or, sad energy between the both of you, this feeling of loss or disappointment or betrayal. There's a desire to really shift that and to transform who you are to each other, what you mean to each other, the words that are spoken, the role you both play in each other's lives, to really transmute this from just an energetic connection to something in the third dimension. In some capacity, they're feeling this. They've been freed from a lot of illusions. They've woken up to a lot of things, to a lot of realities, some things that might have been vague, or they could have been asleep to, or just denying or ignoring in the past, to become clear. They may have previously felt kind of overwhelmed or even oppressed by the energetic connection between the both of you, because it was really inviting them to actively take a role in their own healing and the transformation and transmutation of their own life and life experiences. And that could have been something they really were avoiding, kind of avoiding change, avoiding that at all costs, which could have resulted in, running from the connection, pushing you away, putting an end, participating in an end to this connection with that fire energy. It could have been in a very passionate and harsh kind of way, very, direct and very final in the way that they, cut things off between the both of you. Something that, really stirred some kind of anger and resentment. Some very, deep feelings even of loss or betrayal in one or both of you that signaled the ending of this. But there is this desire to utilize that same fire, that energy between the both of you to really create this new beginning. And, this is also confirmation here of, this beloved, this love connection, this love partnership, this person wanting to, extend that love to you, to rejuvenate that love, to really come together on equal ground with you as a partner, whereas before they might have kind of pushed this away. There's this desire. They're dreaming of a new beginning with you. They are, daydreaming, kind of strategizing what needs to shift within them, the mindset, the things that they need to, align in their life to make this new beginning with you possible. And there's also a desire in them with that, that reference to believe you're lovable, to really transmute and shift anything they might have said in the past as far as rejection or, telling you that you didn't mean anything to them. There's nothing between you. They don't feel the same way. And there's a desire to really shift that and to make you understand that it is, in fact, a deep and profound love that they have always held within you, but they themselves might have been kind of denying or turning away from. So to set you free from any kind of feelings of self-doubt, feelings that, maybe the connection was all in your head, and to really, confirm for you that it's become very apparent to them. It's become very clear to them. It's something that they are aware of and that they are very accepting of. They feel very grateful to have this energetic connection with you, this bond that kind of, it's beyond the 3D circumstances, but it is something that, from the energetic realms, kind of from the top down, they want to align things with you and really shift the connection and the dynamic between the both of you, the role you both play in each other's lives. So let's get some tarot to get a little more clarity about this for you, group 2. Okay, so we've got the 9 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. So just in terms of zodiac signs, with the swords, we've got air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Pentacles is Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, and Wands is fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So this is really talking about, this person with that 9 of Swords, they're dreaming a lot about you at night. You're coming to them in dreams. It's something that, they're feeling your presence and your energy. Although, you may appear to them in dreams in your current physical form. You may come to them in the physicality of other bodies that you occupied in previous, that your energy occupied in previous lifetimes and previous incarnations. So that physicality might be quite foreign to them, but the energy, they recognize that. They know that it's you, even though you look very different. You could come to them in the form of animals, or even just a general sense of energy, a general vibe within the dream itself. It's something that your energy lingers with them when they wake up. They feel you next to them. They feel you around them even throughout the day. And it's something that, it's both a joyous feeling, but it's really, it's making them feel a lot of pain and regret about what happened in the past. They're really having at this point to fight some battles with themselves of self-forgiveness, forgiving themselves for, the tools that they were working with at the time. And, maybe the triggering that occurred, their, unwillingness to accept the love between the both of you, because maybe the 3D, the outside circumstances looked different than what they had, told themselves would be, the package in which their perfect person would appear in. So you could have both been in other relationships when you met. You could be from different cultures, different religions, different backgrounds. There could be an age gap, something, a geographical distance, something that, it required some work, some compromise. It was quite outside of, again, the realm of what they had told themselves their partner would look like. You could, look very different from the type of people they're usually attracted to, or you could have a lifestyle or a belief system that was quite, different, and they weren't really sure how that would fit into their world, into their life, how their friends would have felt about that, how their family would feel about that, how they would be viewed for being, with somebody that they felt this core of love for, but on the outside you might have been quite a sort of from first glance a mismatch pair in a way. And this is something that, at the time, this could have led to them just really pushing the connection away very harshly, very strongly, just not wanting to step into that growth and that expansion that was required in order to really, make a space for one another in each other's lives. And it's something that, they're having a lot of regret about that. They're thinking a lot about this, a lot of what happened in the past, a lot of the pain that, occurred between you both in the past. They're acutely aware of this need to balance things out between the both of you, to bring in some kind of apology, or just provide you with that confirmation that yes, they felt this too the whole time. Yes, they acknowledge you even as their twin flame or their soulmate. And with this Knight of Wands, there is this desire to, again, bring forth this transmutation, this fire energy, to really shift the connection between the both of you, to really shift the way you left things, and to really enliven this connection, bring the romance back, resurrect that romance. They are desiring to kind of move towards you passionately, whereas before that same passion may have driven them in the opposite direction. So let's get some messages from their higher self for you, group 2. This person who's dreaming about you, daydreaming about you. Okay, they say you are changing your energy, so the world around you is shifting too. And that's that confirmation of what was coming up in terms of, this law of attraction, and this person really actively participating in transmuting their circumstances. Feel that they're trying to manifest a new beginning with you. They are, also probably physically shifting things in their world, in their circumstances, to, kind of release some of the things that don't resonate with them, belief systems, friend groups, partners that they were with, or even family members that are not supportive of these shifts within this person, or that might have been kind of judgmental or questioning or critical of the relationship between the both of you, or even just people like you, or people that are different from themselves, that they are kind of making the space for this very welcome and new beginning that they want with you. And they're encouraging you as well to really, shift your perspective. If you felt that this relationship was really kind of, dead and gone, and that you would just kind of have to learn to live with that feeling of disappointment and loss, or betrayal, sadness and anger, they're encouraging you to really shift to more of an open-minded perspective that, change can occur, that there can be a new beginning, there can be a healing of this energy, this rift between the both of you. And, to really open your mind that if you're feeling this person energetically around you, there's a reason for that, because they're thinking about you, they're dreaming about you, they are projecting their energy to you. I feel a lot of them are doing this very consciously. For a lot of you in group 2, this person has come to some kind of spiritual awareness as far as energy, the ability to shift energy, to tap into energy. To varying levels, they are spiritually awakened. And so it's something that they might even just be kind of at the novice level with that, experimenting with, sending you telepathic thoughts, sending you loving thoughts, directing that healing and loving energy to you, just to, encourage you in the ways that they can from afar, that they're thinking about you, and, that they love you, that they're attracted to you, that, you have this energetic bond. They're tapping into that deliberately. And we have within a few weeks. So this person could come in very quickly for you, group 2. They could really be strategizing and wanting to, make a move quickly. They're letting you know this is something they don't really want to sit on. They're doing what they can to not, way off in the distant future, but very immediately shift this energy between the both of you to really work to bring you that kind of love offer, to, you know, heal things, to fix things, to feed into the energy of this connection, whereas before they may have just merely been kind of taking from it and running. So we also have spiritual gifts are activating. So again, that energy of telepathy, they're letting you know that they're aware of this within themselves, the ability to manifest, the ability to tap into energy and feel into energy. Empathic gifts could be opening, other psychic gifts for them as well. And it's something that, you know, they're very consciously aware of this. This is not something, you know, and they, again, for everybody, it'll be different. It'll be different degrees of, you know, the knowledge that they've come to about that, their, you know, their comfort level with that, what they're doing with that, what they've learned from that, skills particular to them, and how they're applying that to their life. Using those gifts to, again, feel into things, to kind of, you know, maneuver through their day-to-day life and, you know, create kind of long-term changes for themselves. But, you know, they are in a process of activation, of awakening, and it's something that they're very aware of. They may have at one point been in this period of, you know, feeling this energy, very confused, trying to shut it out, block it out, create distractions, you know, ignore that, suppress that. But there has been a shift within this person to where, you know, with open arms, they are welcoming this change and this transformation within their life. And they also say time for rest, self-care, rejuvenation, and retreat. So they are understanding the importance of that, balancing this very intense awareness and awakening that they're going through, the very intense energies between the both of you, that there is a need to kind of pause and process all of this. So they're rushing in, but I feel that they're trying not to do it foolishly. They're trying to really take the time to feel into this, to think about things, to process things, follow signs, seek guidance, and really surrender to divine timing, surrender to the idea that by setting intentions and following that up with concrete actions, that results will become apparent in the time and manner in which is suitable. And so they're really encouraging you that as you're probably feeling this person energetically, maybe you're having a lot of dreams about them as well. It can be kind of confusing, even this kind of reawakening of this energy to feel them so intensely, perhaps for the first time in a long time. And they're really encouraging you to do what you need to do in terms of self-care to process this, to really feel into that. You know, journaling can help, meditation can help, and just make sure you're taking care of your physical vessel, because there's a lot happening energetically in the higher realms, in the energetic realms, that, you know, that trickles down to the physical body as well. So you could be feeling very drained, very tired, kind of exhausted. You could have some aches and pains, or, you know, feeling particular areas within your chakra system or your body that, you know, kind of mirror or mimic the, you know, things that this person is working on releasing, that is activating within them. And so, you know, drinking a lot of water, getting a lot of rest, proper nutrition, these are all really important things. These are things this person is doing, and they're encouraging you to do that as well. So let's get some advice from Spirit about this for you, group 2. Okay, so we have Oceana, and so this is really telling me that, you know, Spirit is encouraging you to be open to an ocean of love that wants to come flooding into you from this person. That, you know, they may have kind of denied this connection in the past, or, you know, kind of run from their feelings, or not really understood that. But there is quite a depth here. There's a depth and complexity to the journeys that you both have been on. You know, the depth and complexity of the feelings that you have for each other, the process of healing and ascension that you're going through. and to really, that balance is required, because there'll be times where, this journey with this person, this process of kind of shifting the energy, transmuting things to a different level, it's not going to be smooth sailing the whole time. There'll be rough seas, and then there'll also be calm and tranquility, times of pause where things are very placid. So you're being encouraged to just, kind of flow with that as much as possible. Try not to resist this in whatever ways you can. Again, self-care is very important. Also kind of shifting to, an open-minded view of things can help you to really tap into this, to feel those shifts within this person, and, to really, again, go with the flow of the possibility that, true and major transformation in this person, physically, in their belief system, in the way they carry themselves in the world, and in the way that they understand this connection and value this connection, going with the idea and the belief and the reality that, things can shift at any moment, and that, this person can just literally, I'm almost getting this idea of like a whale kind of suddenly breaching the surface of the ocean, where, there's a lot of movement happening beneath the surface, and very unexpectedly, this person can just kind of emerge in this very, miraculous and empowered way back into your life, kind of up out of the depths, out of the silence of the past and what occurred. And that this person is, they are learning and have learned to really themselves flow with this energy, flow with this connection, that instead of fighting the currents of this, they're really learning to work with that and to shift with that, and to see this as a very empowering dynamic between the both of you. So let's get some more zodiac signs for you, group 2. Okay, and these are really tiny, so I'm just going to tell you what they are. You probably can't see them. We've got Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aries, and Taurus. So I'm going to finish this reading for you with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or your person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got D, I, J, B, T, U, R, O, W, V, L, E, N, and Q. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 3. You chose the Dandelion. Put that right up here. And we'll start with these oracle cards to see who is dreaming about you. We've got Raven Spirit, Truth. So this could be somebody that you used to talk to a lot. Somebody who really came to you for guidance or provided you with guidance, kind of a voice of reason, somebody who was or is very direct in their manner of speaking, perhaps very blunt in the things that they say, not really sugarcoating things, or maybe they have kind of a difficult time being kind of empathetic to others. They could just be very kind of harsh and direct in their method of delivery of information or opinions. And this can also be somebody who has kind of an open psychic awareness, a relationship with spirit. They could be somebody that prays a lot, that meditates a lot, that, really looks to the universe for signs. This could be something that they are open about, or just something that they privately themselves, this is how they navigate through their life, is really, kind of feeling into kind of the signs and omens of things. So with this Raven Spirit, this is also, to me, this is air energy. So this could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And we also have Earth Spirit, Stability. So this could be an Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. But this is also talking about somebody who's very grounded. Somebody who's also, in terms of, they could be very, very opinionated, holding very firmly to what they believe to be truth, what they know is truth, their worldview. This could be somebody that is not really open to other perspectives. Maybe they are hesitant to see things or have a difficulty seeing things from other people's perspectives. They could be somebody who is not very logically based, although they could have, intuition, and again, that kind of looking for signs and, praying and meditating. They could also, that could definitely be, this could be a balanced individual in the sense of they balance logic out with more of that intuitiveness. But I feel that this is really talking to, again, just sort of really looking to even kind of trends in the world around them, and then that dictates chances that they will or will not take. So this person could be very good with investing, with money, for example, very good with finances, looking for signs even in the sense of market trends, and that determines where they invest their time, where they invest their finances. This again could be like a grounded person. They could have a lot of stability in their life, a lot of financial success, a lot of abundance. They could have created a lot of opulence or wealth for themselves. This could be a business owner. This could be somebody that is in the business of giving advice. So some kind of a therapist, some kind of a counselor even. On this card here, we do have these two swans. So that can be a symbol of this being a twin flame, for example, that is dreaming about you. And I feel that a lot of this is taking place, some of it's taking place at night, but I feel a lot of this is, just really thinking about this connection, kind of in their daydreaming about this connection, in their downtime. Almost in the back of their mind, as they're going through their mundane kind of day-to-day routine, there are thoughts of you. There are thoughts of, what is the truth of this connection between the both of you? What does this all mean? They're trying to really find the logic in what is kind of an energetic connection, sort of an unknown, a mysterious connection between the both of you. And they're trying to really use their logical mind to find out, why are they still thinking about you? Why are they feeling your energy from afar? Why are they dreaming about you? Why is there this pull to you? Why are they, maybe if they're picking up, even sensing energetically the empathic connection between the both of you, and they're picking up on your emotions, things that are going on in your life. And they might be at a point of trying to find out why are they feeling this way? They may not have connected that back to you, that, these feelings are kind of originating from you. But if they feel a sudden, welling up of a certain emotion, then they're very much analyzing that and trying to, keep their stability, keep themselves on this level, even keel, keep the world in the way in which they've created it, in which they see it. And so it does create some disturbance for them as far as picking up these things from you, not knowing where those are coming from. And I feel that some of them are kind of, they might be on the brink of exploring some alternative things. Maybe they were thinking that there was some kind of something wrong with them. They could have sought counseling, sought help, thinking that they had some kind of an issue, some kind of like depression or anxiety issue. But it was really, a lot of it could have been coming from their picking up on, fluctuations in you, things occurring with you. They're picking up on your anxiety from afar. They're picking up on, maybe some heavy shadow work you were going through, and that was manifesting for them as kind of like a deep, heavy feeling. And so they might have really explored some, traditional and kind of mainstream solutions to these things. And they really haven't achieved much success with that. And so some of them could be starting to explore more esoteric explanations for this, more spiritual explanations for what's going on, that spirit is really giving them signs and nudges in their tangible world, maybe directing them to the concept of twin flames or soulmates, which could have been something that it wasn't part of their language before. It wasn't part of their worldview. They didn't, think of things that way. They thought of love maybe as a very logical and practical thing, somebody that makes sense. And so the connection between the both of you could have been very just, out of the ordinary, out of the box. It could be something that's, it's very perplexing to them why they're still thinking of you. Maybe you only spent a short amount of time together. They haven't been with you in a very long time. And so there's all these things kind of going on to where this person they're on this precipice of, kind of opening their worldview, opening their mind beyond just the mundane, beyond what they have been conditioned to and what they've come to believe is reality, and, believe about themselves and believe about love, that there's some truth that's being revealed to this person. And a lot of that has to do with you. It's inspired by you, it's catalyzed by you, and it's taking place. A lot of this just kind of in the background is their thoughts kind of wander, and they wander back to you, and it's something that they're really trying to puzzle through. And we also have where you are is where it's at. Stay still until you are divinely moved. So again, this person is just really trying to hold fast to their worldview, hold fast to the world as they have created it, their ideas about things, their ideas about love. They're trying to stay grounded. This can confirm also that this is an earth sign that you are, that's dreaming about you, that you're watching this reading for, or, that this person in many ways is a very grounded, very logically minded person. This is somebody who relies heavily on what they can see and observe, on empirical data, very scientifically minded person, that they're not prone to really, believe things outside of what is explainable. Kind of mystical connections are something that, they really resist. They resist ideas of mysticism even. You could be very different from them in the sense that, again, this could be somebody who's very kind of 3D and logic oriented. You could be somebody who's more spiritual, more kind of mystically minded. And so your energy exchange, it could be something where, there's a lot of, they're perplexed almost as to why there is this attraction between them and somebody who is so different from them, who views the world differently, who interacts with the world differently, where they may, pick up again on trends. They may be to some degree spiritual, have some connection with spirit. A lot of that could also be unbeknownst to them. When they're just, they may have let's say for example, they have like a lucky shirt that they wear, and when they wear that, things go really well for them. So in that sense, they equate that, you know, they believe in luck in that sense, or, you know, there's kind of a totemic value that they place on a particular object, or, you know, a routine or a ritual that they do that, you know, they feel if they deviate from that, then it just sets everything off course. So in that sense, they feel into things energetically, into kind of a spiritual and kind of above the material world factor of things. But for the most part, this person feels very logically minded, and, you know, they rely heavily on what it is that they can see and observe. And so, you know, they're at a standstill right now. They're really processing this and trying to kind of work their way logically through that. So this person could be coming to mind for you also. You could be thinking about them spontaneously throughout their day out of nowhere. Their face pops into your mind, or you're seeing a lot of signs of them. You're hearing their name a lot. You're seeing people that look like them, things that remind you of them. You know, you're coming across old photos of this person, or, you know, seeing them on social media, seeing their posts pop up, for example. Just any number of things can happen that can all sort of be signs from spirit that energetically this person is very fixated on you in a certain way, in terms of trying to puzzle out why they feel this connection, what is there. Kind of these daydreams into all the possibilities of what, you know, where that could lead also, because there is a certain, you know, element of them that is kind of yielding slowly. They're yielding into this more kind of, you know, mystical sort of love-based energy, but it's something, you know, with all this red in this card and this root chakra energy, they're trying to stay very grounded, to really hold fast to that worldview. So some of this could be an energy of resistance too, where they're resisting that connection. And so you're picking up on that energetically, in the sense of this kind of energetic, empathic, intuitive knowledge that you're on this person's mind. And we also have nature. Ground yourself. Find a sanctuary in nature. Connect with the elementals. So there's that earth energy, that grounded energy again. So this definitely could be an earth sign that you are dealing with in this reading, an earth sign that is thinking about you, somebody who is just really holding fast to their worldview. Somebody who is trying in all the kind of like logical ways to understand this connection, understand the attraction between the both of you. Maybe looking back even on previous encounters with you and trying to really puzzle that out, look at that from many angles and figure out why. Why did this happen? Why did this person come into my life? Why am I still thinking about this person? So a lot of active and kind of heavy and intense energy. Not so much in their dream state while they're sleeping, but a lot of this is, again, in just kind of these quiet moments, or, you know, as they're going about their mundane tasks in their mind, they're very focused and fixated on this, on finding out the why, figuring out the why of this connection, what this means in the larger sense. And they're right at the brink of really stepping into that more esoteric realm of the implications of this, understanding that this energetic connection between the both of you, it defies rational logic. It defies 3D expectations. It defies even their experiences up to this point in the material world. It really invites them to reassess their worldview, to really shift their world and their perspective around, to widen things, widen their scope. So there's a little bit of resistance on their part, but they're right at that precipice of just kind of taking that leap, taking that dive, exploring kind of a wider perspective about this connection and about you, and ultimately about themselves and, you know, their place in the universe and, you know, creation and spirituality in general. So let's get some tarot to get some clarification about this for you. Group 3, for who is dreaming about you. Okay, so we've got the 6 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. So in terms of signs with the Pentacles, we have Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Cups is water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And Wands is fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So with the Six of Pentacles, this is definitely this person, you know, thinking about the past experiences with you, even if it was just casual encounters or just kind of a momentary passing, something has stuck with them. Your energy is still with them. They're still thinking about you. And there's a lot of active kind of looking over these things, reviewing these things, taking inventory of these things, really trying to, you know, feel into that exchange, what occurred between the both of you, and trying to see, was there something that they missed at the time? They're reviewing conversations you had in their mind in the past. If there, you know, are like texts or emails between the both of you, this person could be going back through those a lot, rereading those, playing back scenarios in their mind of what took place. Trying to figure out, trying to balance out in their mind what occurred, what changed, because something shifted for them. There was like a part of them was awakened, or, you know, your energies became, you know, very, in a very tangible way, bonded at that point in time. To where there was most likely this energetic bond that's existed throughout your entire lifetime, but when you really encountered each other in the physical, in the 3D, it was like this recognition on kind of the deeper etheric planes. But it's something then that is carrying forth in terms of, you know, they're getting all those same signs about you, and this could be something that, you know, they're really puzzling that out, these things that they're seeing, nuggets that the universe is giving them, again, in the form of, you know, maybe they see your name a lot. They hear your name. They see people that look like you. They hear people that sound like you. There's things that are said that remind them of experiences that they've had of you or remind them of you. And so they're giving a lot of their thought and attention to trying to find a practical explanation for why this is affecting them the way that it is. And with the King of Cups, this could be somebody that, you know, is normally keeps a tight lid on their emotions. They're not somebody that's really swept up in emotions. This could be somebody that's very kind of practically minded, grounded. They focus on the material world a lot, on, you know, their abundance, on their success, things that they can, you know, that they can control, that they, you know, that they can understand, that they can quantify, that they can categorize. And so things that fall into the realm of feelings, this could be something that they kind of keep at arm's length, or, you know, they don't usually let their emotions kind of run wild. So the fact that there is this well of emotions that they're feeling, this kind of reoccurring emotion of you and this energy of you, it's something that has them in their feels a lot. It has them, you know, perusing that, searching that, trying to really explore those feelings, this feeling of connectedness and this feeling of love that they have, and to really understand that, to explore that, to really, you know, try to find the information, find the wisdom, find the why behind that. This can also be somebody who is, you know, more mature. This is somebody who could be older. Again, somebody established, somebody who has, you know, created a lot of stability for themselves in the material world. You know, they've got this groundedness, like with the King of Cups, you know, he sits on this pedestal, and then the waters kind of like come around him, and he's unaffected by that because he's got that stability. So again, this person could very much have a lot of things established for themselves, business-wise, financially. Their place in this world, their worldview could be very secure. They could feel very, you know, safe and comfortable with who they are, and anything that really, you know, calls them to deviate from that, they kind of they stay very rooted and grounded to what it is they know, what it is they're comfortable, and who it is that they are. And with the Three of Wands, this person could definitely be, you know, it's this energy of searching, of really, you know, exploring that, not leaning into this. They're not giving into this. It's something that, you know, they're almost trying to keep this at arm's length while they figure it out. Because on this card, you know, this figure is turned away from the viewer. So it's something where, energetically they're connecting. You're feeling them. You're feeling these thoughts that they're having, but in the 3D, there could be no movement. They could be making no action towards you, because they're in this process of having to, try to figure out what this means, where this is going, why this has come into their life. But they're also, they're right on this precipice of expanding out into these deeper possibilities, these kind of mysteries that they may not have explored. They're on the precipice of perhaps widening their worldview, or for some of them, even undergoing a spiritual awakening. And that this is something which, it's kind of a matter of consciously choosing that, taking those nudges, taking those clues and following that. For others, they will hold tight to that, that worldview, that groundedness. They'll hold tight to the reality as they have it. And it may require some kind of a tower moment until they are plunged off into that unknown, into seeking the deeper meaning, not just in this connection, because it's just an example. It's just almost like a catalyst to get their mind operating in a different way, get them to utilize some other kind of mental and spiritual faculties of theirs that they could be kind of dormant, or have been kind of repressed, or have been undervalued or underappreciated at this point in time. So this person is they're on the precipice of exploring this connection more deeply, but there is a hesitancy to just kind of stay firm to what they know, what they can see, touch, taste, and understand, what their experience has been, what they've been taught, logic, knowledge, what they see around them in other people, and the nature of relationships of other people. So they're most likely not discussing these feelings, this energy with other people. There is that idea that, if they're picking up on some things energetically with you, they could have, again, kind of gone to a doctor or some kind of a counselor, somebody to express, these feelings that they're having, and wondering if there's something wrong with them, in order to get back into that state of balance, that homeostasis that they are, they covet that, they protect that, they work very hard to keep that stability and keep everything status quo. But it feels that they haven't had much success with that. And so it's forcing them to look kind of outside of the box to a wider world, both within what they're feeling within themselves, what they're experiencing in themselves, what they're experiencing with you, and then ultimately just the way they experience the world and life in general. So let's get some messages from this person's higher self for you, group 3. What do they want to say to you? Okay, and they say, I am clearing past life traumas. So this can be something that they are actively engaged in currently, as they have really been, exploring the whys of this connection, why they're feeling this, why they're feeling your energy. It could have brought up a lot within themselves. Maybe they're understanding, relationship patterns, relationship styles. They're learning more about communication, more about themselves, more about, the scientific aspects of things. If they have sought out, counseling, they could have also, really been working on some root traumas that have kept them clinging so tightly to their belief system, to the way they imagine and project that things should be. So a lot of the, I think they're letting you know as well that, part of this process of really leaning into this energy, to exploring this connection, more thoroughly, it also involves a healing journey for themselves. Past life traumas within this life. This is definitely a healing and ascension journey that this person is just starting off in, or they're just in the precipice of really leaning into that. And they also say you are exactly where you need to be, no rush. So this is reminding me of Knight of Pentacles, which is earth energy. It's very grounded. It takes its time. This person is definitely taking their time with this. They are not trying to rush to conclusions. They're exploring, as many different logical bits of information as they can find. They're thinking about this a lot. They're processing things a lot. They're kind of going over situations, conversations, what they're feeling from so many different angles, re-exploring things, tapping into the same root over and over and over again. They don't feel rushed. They feel very fixated on this, like it's something they want to get to the bottom of. And again, they're trying not to jump to conclusions. They're trying to become as well informed as possible. And a byproduct of that is that, they will come upon information about, soulmates, or about twin flames, or about spirituality, that will kind of lead them as they're following these other kind of trails. They're going down these other rabbit holes. They are, exploring these other possibilities. Inevitably, they will come upon information that will spark something within them. It will help awaken them. It will help them on that awakening and ascension journey. It will help to widen their worldview. And so from their higher self, they're letting you know that there's a lot to process here. This person is very entrenched in, the life they've created for themselves. They hold very firmly to their beliefs. They're very, they stubbornly kind of cling to that, to the way that they imagine the world to be and what they've built for themselves, and the way that they perceive the world to be. So it's going to be a slow process with this person, but it's something that they are making steady progress to. They're very committed to. It occupies a lot of their mind, a lot of their their thoughts as they're going through. It's not even so much a distraction, but it's something that just it consumes a lot of their time and thoughts, really thinking about this, feeling this. They recognize this. They are feeling it and sensing it, the connection between the both of you. And it's something they're trying to figure out. And we've got unexpected news. So this can allude to what I was picking up with that. This may require a tower for some people, a tower moment, in order to really step outside of that comfort zone, to really loosen their grip on their worldview, or, what they imagine for themselves, their perceptions. So that can be a sign from their higher self as well, that they're aware that it's going to require that, and that might be on the horizon. This can also be their higher self letting you know that, this can be very unexpected. When this person comes across the right bit of information, or they've exhausted all logical possibilities, and when they step into that realm of spirituality, the spiritual explanation, the kind of extraordinary mystical explanations for things, that this person, just with the way their mind works, they're going to take in as much information as they can find about it. They're going to devour that, and it will necessarily open their mind. And when that mind begins to open, with just the dedication and commitment with which this person just really, buckles into something and goes at it full force, which is reflected in, the life they've created for themselves, the success they've created for themselves. This is a very hardworking person. They're very dedicated to what they believe in. And when that belief system changes, it could be quite unexpected and sudden, where this epiphany that this person comes to, when they learn to trust that intuition and those signs and the things that are outside of the logical mind, when they learn to trust that, it can be quite unexpected, the shift that takes place, and the type of communication that this person then presents to you. It can be something that is evidenced of the thought that they've put into it. They could talk about all the different angles, the journey that they've been on. It could be quite profound. And they also say, my beliefs are changing. So that's that confirmation right there of, they're starting to get some information about things outside of just practical, logical explanations. And it's starting to shift things for them. They could be, still really holding on to their previous worldview, their previous beliefs of how things are, but there is change that is happening. These waters, this emotion, this new information, this new knowledge and wisdom, it's coming at them. These signs are coming at them. They can't ignore that. They can't suppress that. They're exploring things, and they're kind of right on the peripheral of really making some major shifts in terms of their worldview, their view of themselves, their view of you, just many of their views in general. So from the higher self perspective, they're letting you know that they are on this journey. They are already in many ways on the road to ascension and awakening and healing. So let's get some guidance from Spirit for you, Group 3, about this person. Okay, so we have return to silence. So Spirit is, I feel, letting you know that, this person's energy, the intensity of that, which you're picking up from them, that could flicker in and out. as they're kind of at this period of really surrendering to their journey, surrendering to this awakening, to going through that. There could be times where they're just, the intensity with which they are focused on you and understanding this connection, you could feel that very tangibly. There could be other times where it feels that the energy kind of goes cold, and that could be for a couple of reasons. They could be at a point where, you know, maybe it's too intense. The things that they are discovering, it's really kind of blowing their mind. They're having to, you know, retreat to process that. They're having to kind of pull away in order to digest that, to acclimate that to themselves. They could also be going through some other towers or some changes within their own life that, you know, really kind of pulls their focus away from this, from where they've been so fixated and concentrated on, as they're having to, you know, really address other things that you might pick up somewhat on energetically, but it can feel very, like the energy between the both of you, it kind of flicks on and off. And so Spirit is really guiding you to trust that this person is, they are embarking upon a very profound and changing and life-changing journey. And this person seems to have a lot of drive and a lot of dedication. So everybody has free will. They can, of course, choose to, you know, kind of remain in this comfort zone. And a lot of their energies can be, you know, invested in clinging to that, keeping that intact at whatever cost. And so some of them may choose to do that. Others, though, will make that choice to really surrender and really embark, because there's this thirst to know. There's this very sharp and vivid mind that this person has, this capacity and this desire to know and to understand. And so as they are embarking upon that, really trust what it is that they are going through. Trust that there are some profound changes taking place that is going to affect this person in all levels, and it's going to affect the connection between the both of you. So definitely, you know, don't expect immediate results from this person or an immediate shift, but that a shift is coming for them. And it'll be different as far for all of them as far as how far they want to take that. Some of them will take that all the way, and it will lead them back to you as a changed and evolved person. So, you know, in the times where there is silence between the both of you energetically, or if this person is in some capacity in your life and they kind of pull back or, you know, pull away from you, really go within, know that they're processing things, and see those periods of silence, of quiet, of kind of separation as a gift to you, for you to go inside and do those inventories on yourself, to really rest and rejuvenate, put your full focus on, you know, the changes and shifts that you'd like to see, that you'd like to create, focusing on your own abundance. This time apart where this person is undergoing this journey, this is also the opportunity for you to have that space to really, you know, dream, to daydream, to plan, to really put plans into action. So there's changes taking place, and there'll be times where, you know, the change is very loud, you feel that, it's very apparent, and then there'll be times where, you know, these are quiet changes, these are internal changes, changes in perspective, or an opening of the mind for this person. So let's get some more zodiac signs for you, group 3. Okay, and these are really small, so I'm just going to have to tell you what they are. We've got Leo, Aries, Gemini, Capricorn, and Aquarius. And I'm going to finish this reading for you, group 3, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or your person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Okay, so we've got N, M, J, F, K, Q, A, O, H, D, X, and V. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.